Hey guys, Robbie Webster here, and today I am filming another Blu-ray and DVD collection update. And the first title I have to show you here is a movie that I talked about in a couple other videos. It's a very recent release. It is Looper, and this is the UK Steelbook edition. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get my hands on that really nice Canadian Steelbook. Based on the photos and videos I've seen of that Canadian Steelbook, that has to be the coolest Steelbook I've ever seen. But this one, I really like the artwork on it and the outside, but I was very disappointed to find that there is no artwork on the inside. So that's a real letdown for me. I really do like this movie, and I'm happy to own this Steelbook. But yeah, if anyone could give me a hand in trying to get that Canadian Steelbook, the only option I have at this point in time is trying to get it on eBay, and the prices are ridiculous. I really wish I had the money to get it when it was first released, but unfortunately I just didn't. It wasn't possible. But for now, I'm happy with this one. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, just beware there is no internal artwork, like I said. The disc art's alright though. Alright, and the next title I have here is the most recent Disney Blu-ray release. It is Peter Pan, and I actually bought the Walmart exclusive gift set. I was debating between getting the digibook and this, but I'm trying to cut down on my purchasing at this point in time, just because there's a lot of we just have a lot of expenses right now, so I just haven't been buying a lot. But I really wanted to get Peter Pan on Blu-ray. It's a movie I always enjoyed since I was a kid, and I decided to get this one because it was only $18 and the digibook was $30. Maybe someday I'll get the digibook, but I don't have any of the Disney digibooks anyways, so I might as well just not start collecting those as of yet. I'll just keep working on what I'm working on. So yeah, Peter Pan, great movie. It looks amazing on Blu-ray, and this is just the standard Blu-ray. Inside of here it comes out and it has one of these vinyl figures. It's kind of like, it's got to be made by the same people that make the pop vinyl figures, but I'm not 100% sure. It just looks exactly like it. I don't collect those myself, but I know my friend Travis Beerwagon does. And I actually bought a couple at one point and sent them to him because I know he likes those. He has a really nice collection of those. I think they're pretty cool. It's just something that I don't want to start collecting anything new because I already collect enough things. But yeah, so check this set out if you can find it for 18 bucks. You know, that's a really good deal to get a bonus with a Disney Blu-ray release. So, all right. And the next thing that I have here, these are graphic novels. It's both the same. They're both the same thing. I accidentally ordered both of them. I ordered this one, and then I realized there was a hardcover and it was only $1 more, so I ordered this one. I was gonna send this back, but I kind of like it. I know it sounds kind of dumb, but I kind of like having both of them. This is called Star Trek Countdown, and it's actually a prequel to the 2009 Star Trek film. And I didn't hear about this until just recently. I didn't know that it existed, and I picked it up, and I really like the story. I really like being able to see something done with the Data character and how they showed some more stuff that was going on in the future. It would actually be cool to see some of that maybe in the new film, but I don't know. I don't think that's really the direction they're going, but maybe they'll have a scene or two. Maybe if I'm not sure if Leonard Nimoy's going to be in this one, but he could very well be. But the new Star Trek film, Into Darkness, this year is definitely my most anticipated movie of the year. Even more so than the second part of The Hobbit. So yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah. The next thing I have here, this is a Blu-ray digibook. I've actually had this for like well over 6 months, and I just hadn't gotten around to watching it, and I watched it for the first time. I knew I was probably going to like it because the cast is like phenomenal. It's The Man Who Would Be King, starring Sean Connery, Michael Caine, and Christopher Plummer. It's about Michael Caine and Sean Connery's characters. They set out to go to this native land that no white man has really ever been there before, and they come over there and they want to end up just helping them defeat their enemies and then become a king and just become very rich and just take the money and go. But they actually end up, Sean Connery ends up being seen as a god by the people, and it kind of starts to go to his head. And after I saw this, I realized that I'd seen a whole bunch of like times where they took this story and kind of turned it into something else on different TV shows, usually comedies and stuff. But yeah, I recognize this story, and I really like this. I thought it was very well done. It's a John Huston film. Great movie, and it looks great on Blu-ray. And the digibook's cool as always. Has a picture from a very famous scene there. Very cool stuff here. Very cool digibook. I'm happy with this. I just wish it didn't have the Blu-ray banner on the top. I just think that's unnecessary. All right, and the next thing I have here, this is something that YouTube fans will probably, some people will probably hate it and some people will love it. This is one of the first channels that I ever subscribed to before I ever even thought of making my own videos. I was watching this guy's videos and always loved them. I always wanted to own the DVDs because I know not everything's available on YouTube. You can go to his website and watch them, but I think it's cool to be able to watch them on like my own big TV, not on the computer or anything. But I have all 6 volumes of The Angry Video Game Nerd. I love his videos. The one thing I wish that was different about these is he doesn't play the theme song in each episode. I guess he was probably trying to save space on the discs because he pumped tons of extra features in there. Videos that are never going to be anywhere else besides the DVDs, like tours of his video game room and stuff like that. Very cool stuff. I really enjoyed watching the special features, but I wish that each episode when you played it, it would play the theme song in the beginning. Instead, it just goes straight into the episode, and it kind of doesn't feel the same. I'm not used to that because I always watch them on the internet, but really enjoyed these. I'll show you the covers here. They really did a good job putting these sets together. The artwork on them is great. The menus are cool, and they've pumped a lot of extra features, like I said, into these. And you know, anyone who watches his videos knows that that's something that he would definitely do because he loves things to have as much content as possible. The next thing I have here is a Blu-ray set I've been wanting to pick up for a while, and it went on sale. I think it might have been on Black Friday, but maybe it was a little bit before Black Friday, and I picked it up and I just never showed it in an update. It is the entire series of Stargate Atlantis on Blu-ray, and I have not watched these yet. I'm currently working my way through the whole franchise for the second time, starting with Stargate SG-1. I started with the original movie, and then I've been watching SG-1. I'm like halfway through season 2 right now, and I still love it. It's just a great show. I think a lot of people haven't seen it, and it's something that you really should watch from the beginning. And you know, it's kind of, some stuff is kind of aged a little bit because it's over 15 years old now. I think no, not quite. Well, maybe, yeah. It's about 15 years since the first season came out, so some of that stuff's aged, but you got to give it a chance because you need to let the characters grow and you start to love the characters, and then as the series progresses, the stories get amazing, the special effects become amazing. It has some of the best special effects that were on TV, especially at that time. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what this is going to look like on Blu-ray, and I was going to try to wait until SG-1 had a Blu-ray release, but everything I keep hearing is that they're not going to do that because it's just it would be a huge undertaking to transfer it to HD, especially the early seasons. So I think they're holding off on it, and MGM has done a terrible job with the franchise. They basically took a very successful franchise and ran it into the ground. They should have found a better way to take care of it, but at the time they were in bad financial state, so they canceled Atlantis after season 5. It ended on a cliffhanger, and the show was extremely popular because they thought they had something better. So the very next year they start a new Stargate franchise, which only lasts for 2 seasons and then gets canceled. I really wish we could have just had 2 more seasons of Atlantis. I liked the universe, but nowhere close to Atlantis, and I really wanted to see what was going to happen, how they were going to end everything. So very disappointed there. Sorry to go on a rant. The next thing I have here is the first season of Stargate Universe on Blu-ray. This was on sale at the same time as that, and I wanted to wait until they came out with maybe a full series DVD or Blu-ray, but for some reason they're just not putting out season 2 on Blu-ray. It's on DVD. I have it on DVD, but it's not on Blu-ray, and it's been over a year now, and I just don't know if they're ever going to do it. So this one went on sale. I just grabbed it, and then when season 2, if it does come out, I'll grab that as well. So, all right. Next thing I have here, this one probably won't appeal to most people, but to me, it's very cool. Most of you probably know I work with Mill Creek Entertainment. It's one of the studios that sends me items to review, and I told them when they knew that I was having a baby, I guess, and sent me an email saying they're coming out with this new line of DVDs for babies to help them develop and learn, and it's called Baby First. It's actually an award-winning series, and we've checked out a few of these. We haven't checked all of them out yet, but from what we've seen, they're very cool. I'll show you all of them. It's Numbers Around the Globe. This one's called Harry the Bunny, Come Along and Play. We watched those two. They're cool. Color Crew. We haven't watched that one yet. Shush Bye Baby. Sweet Dreams. And this one's Art and Music. But very cool stuff. You wouldn't think it because she's only, at this time I'm filming this, she's 7 weeks old. But when you put something on TV that's like bright with a lot of music, she just goes crazy. I mean, she gets really happy. It's just like you're playing with her whenever you're singing to her and stuff. She really reacts to it, and you can tell that they're learning even at such a young age, and it's really good for them to be stimulated like that. And she loves the music already. I can tell she's gonna love music just like her mom does. So yeah, that's very cool. Next thing I have here, this is something that's been on my wish list for a long time. It's not anything really special, but it's very hard to come by. It's the orange cover version of the Vertigo DVD, and I've tried to buy this so many times on eBay and Amazon. Every single time, I've bought it at least 6 times. Every single time, the picture that they show is this orange cover, and they send me the other version, which it's a dime a dozen. The other one's a dime a dozen. This one, it's not really worth a lot of money. I think it might be worth about $10, but just I don't know why people use the wrong artwork and then send a different version of it. And as you know, I've been trying to collect all the different editions of every Alfred Hitchcock film, just because I like collecting things that way, and he's my favorite director. So yeah, I'm very happy to finally have this. Now hopefully the next thing I'm trying to get is the velvet cover box set that it has all his Universal pictures in it. I really want that one, even though I already have all the movies in different editions. That one's like one of the coolest ones. Okay, the next thing I have here is Everybody's Fine, starring Robert De Niro. I'm very happy to have this on Blu-ray. It's from Miramax, and this was a movie that I really liked when I first saw it, and it came out on DVD, but it didn't come out on Blu-ray, and I think it came out in like 2009. Yeah, so it should have had a Blu-ray release, but it just didn't. I guess they didn't know if it was going to be popular enough to sell the Blu-rays at the time. I guess Blu-rays were just starting to become cheaper in 2009. That was when I first started collecting them, because before that they were quite expensive. They were like $30, and they were starting to go down to like $20. Sometimes you could find them for $15 in little shops, like little pawn shops and stuff. But I'm very glad to have gotten this. Just came out recently. It's a movie about recently widow. He's a widower, and his wife recently passed away, and he has, I think, 4 kids. And was it 4 kids? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he had 4 kids, and he had invited them all over for just to get together for, I forget what it was. It was just to come over and have dinner and stuff, and he was planning all these special things, and one by one each of them started to call him up and say, oh, they couldn't make it for whatever reason. So he decided that he's actually going to go out and go all around the country to all the different places that his kids live, and just go visit them, because he misses them and everything. And he starts to find out as he visits each of them that there are things that his kids have been keeping from him, and he's out of the loop on certain things. And it's a really touching story. I really enjoyed it. I watched it with my wife when it came out on Blu-ray, and she liked it as well, so I do recommend it. Alright, the next thing I have, this is the Ocean's 11 Blu-ray box set. This went on sale for $10 on Black Friday, and it's a really nice little box set here. The box is very nice. Has all the Blu-rays in there. I really like this trilogy. I preferred 11 and 13 more than 12. I was kind of disappointed with 12, but it's not that bad. But it has a great cast, and I think most of you know what this is about. And it has this slipcover that goes over the top as well. Yeah, this was one of the Black Friday things that I ended up ordering very cheap on Amazon. And next one I have here, this is another one that was on sale for like $15 recently. All 6 Rocky movies on Blu-ray for $15. What a deal. That's an amazing deal. I actually haven't seen all the Rocky films. I think I've seen the first 3 and I've seen Rocky 5. I haven't seen 4 or Rocky Balboa. So I am going to watch all through the whole thing. You know, a lot of them are pretty cheesy, but I still enjoy them. I always liked watching these, especially the first one. So yeah, definitely, if you can find this for that same deal. I'm not sure what the price is now, but wow, that was a great deal. And the next one I have here is another classic trilogy, the Godfather trilogy. And I've only seen the first 2 films still. I know I keep saying I need to see the third one. People say it's no good, and some people say it's alright. But I just want to see it and judge it for myself. But yeah, very cool. This Blu-ray set I think I bought for $20 for the 3 films, which is not bad. I think that's the same price I paid when I bought the DVD set. Alright, next movie I have here is Cold Mountain. This one was nominated for a whole bunch of Academy Awards the year it came out. I remember it when it came out. I watched it a couple years ago for the first time. I enjoyed it. It stars Jude Law, Nicole Kidman, Renee Zellweger. Renee Zellweger's character is very funny. She did a great job acting this. I'm pretty sure she's one of the ones that won. Yeah, Best Supporting Actress. I think she's probably she might have been the only winner out of all those nominations. But it's about a guy who ends up going off to fight in the Civil War for the South, and he goes through like a lot of harsh things in the war. He's very injured, and he ends up going AWOL because he wants to come back to see the woman that he loves, Nicole Kidman. So he's trying to get back to her, and yeah, good movie. It's got like a love story, it's got a war story, a lot of interesting things. Philip Seymour Hoffman plays just about the worst character he's ever played. Not that the acting's bad, the acting is great, but just the most despicable character that I think he's played of the films I've seen. And I usually try to follow his films because he's from my hometown. So yeah, it's a good movie. I recommend it. Next one I have here, this is from Mill Creek Entertainment. It's White Squall. It's a Ridley Scott directed film. I had never seen it. Starring Jeff Bridges. It's about these kids that go off. They leave, instead of taking their senior year in high school, they go to serve on this sailboat and become part of its crew, and they get school credit, like they take their classes through the boat. Very good film. I was really surprised. I didn't think it was going to be that good because it was so inexpensive. I think it was $5. I did hear Absolute Sublime One say that it was pretty good, so that's what gave me hope for it, and that's what made me want to take the chance on it. Not to mention I really like Jeff Bridges. I'm not that big of a Ridley Scott fan, believe it or not. For me, I don't usually, his movies are hit or miss for me. Most people love everything he does. Usually when I watch his movies, there's things about it I like, things about it I don't like. But this one I really like just about everything about it. It was really cool. Next one I have here, classic comedy that I always loved when I was younger. Used to watch this all the time. Tommy Boy, Chris Farley, and David Spade. This is the Holy Schnikey edition. Hilarious. I miss Chris Farley. I wish he was still around. And then the next one I have here, classic horror film from John Carpenter, The Thing. I picked it up on Blu-ray. Haven't watched it yet, so I don't know how the transfer is. But I had recently watched it on Netflix, so I didn't really want to watch it again. But I will check it out soon, and I'll let you guys know how the transfer is on it. I didn't read any reviews or anything, but I'm sure you could probably look that up. And then this one, this is I think the last movie I have. The rest are all TV seasons. This is The Man in the Iron Mask. It's another story based on one of the books by Alexander Dumas. I'm pretty sure that's who wrote these. Yeah. Well, I actually haven't read The Three Musketeers or The Man in the Iron Mask. I think this is called part of another book. It's just one story. I think he wrote another book that had several stories about the Musketeers. But I kind of enjoyed this. I saw it when I was young, when it first came out, and I liked it. And there's things about it I dislike, but for the most part, it's alright. It's a watchable film, entertaining. Leonardo DiCaprio, this is probably my least favorite film that he's been in, but I haven't seen all of his films. But yeah, as far as I can, off the top of my head, this is probably my least favorite of his. But yeah, that's it for the movies. Now, I just have a couple of TV seasons I want to show you really fast. You probably already saw these. Well, if you watched through the whole video, the Christmas video I did this year, it was over an hour long. but this was one of the gifts I gave to my wife, so I'm just going to show them to you guys quick here in case you didn't see. It's I Love Lucy. I have actually gave her the entire series. We both love Lucille Ball. For those of you who don't know, I actually got to visit the Lucille Ball Museum in Orlando, Florida. I did a video of that, and it was actually my video was actually featured in a documentary, which is really cool. So yeah, I'll put a link to that video. But I love the artworks on these individual sets. So I was always thinking about getting that big box set, but I really like the artwork on these, so I ended up getting these instead. So yeah, there's that. And that's the last one. This one has 3 seasons on it. I love this show. And then the last thing I have to show you, I haven't even opened these yet, but it's a show that I always grew up watching, Gilligan's Island, season 1, 2, and 3. Very cool stuff. Anyways, guys, that's it for my Blu-ray and DVD collection update. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.